There's nobody in baseball quite like Elly De La Cruz.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. That was nearly 115. It brought everyone to their feet. This man is electric!
So far in his short career, he's already registered the fastest infield throw in MLB history, hardest hit ball in Reds franchise history, and the fastest sprint speed in all of baseball. And in 2024, he's on pace to do something no player has even come close to in MLB history. But first, we need to understand just how he got to this point. When Elly signed with the Cincinnati Reds at just 17 years old, he was labeled as very skinny and underdeveloped, but over his first few years in the Reds organization, he blossomed into a 6'5", 200-pound giant, dominating at each minor league level, helping gain league-wide attention as a top 5 prospect in the game. And in 2023, following a successful stint at AAA with 12 homers and an over 1,000 OPS in just 38 games, he was promoted to the big leagues, becoming the youngest Reds player since Jay Bruce back in 2008. And he wasted no time adjusting, managing to produce 10 extra base hits, 7 stolen bases, and a .361 average in just his first 15 games, with one of the main highlights coming on June 23rd in the club's narrow 11-10 victory over the juggernaut Atlanta Braves, where he became the first Reds player since 1989 to hit for the cycle. It took him less than a month. Yeah, it's safe to say he was having a great start to his big league career, and he continued this run of form through his 30th game of the season, hitting well over 300 at 325, an OPS almost at 900, and stealing an impressive 16 bases. But following his 1-for-4 effort on July 9th, everything changed. Pitchers started to realize he likes to chase pitches out of the zone and started to use that information to their advantage. And the result was him managing just a 191 average and 627 OPS to go along with 105 strikeouts in his final 292 plate appearances down the stretch. To put this into context, no other player struck out as much as Elly in their final 68 games of the season, and during this time he had a strikeout percentage of 40. Joey Gallo's 2023 strikeout percentage was just 2.8 points higher, not the company you want to find yourself alongside. In total, his second half slump severely hurt his overall numbers and brought his season's totals to 144 strikeouts, a 235 average, and 88 OPS plus, to go along with 35 extra base hits and 35 steals in 98 games. It was obvious he was far from a finished product, but 35 extra base hits and 35 steals in not even 100 games is very intriguing, especially for a player in his age 21 season. And heading into his first offseason as a major leaguer, there were some obvious areas he could improve in. For starters, Elly is a switch hitter, meaning when a lefty is pitching, he bats righty, and when a righty is up, he bats lefty. It's clear he is much more of a pure lefty, and it's shown in his platoon splits. Here you can see that in 305 plate appearances against right-handed pitching, he hit 11 home runs with a 256 average and 799 OPS. But against left-handed pitching, his numbers dropped considerably with just 2 home runs in 122 plate appearances to go along with a sub-200 batting average and an OPS more than 300 points lower at 495. Moving on, another area he looked to improve in was his ability to hit to all areas of the park, as he hit the ball to the opposite field just 11.4% of the time in 2023, which allowed defenses to shade as much as possible towards his pull side, as shown in this play where the shortstop was able to rob a hit up the middle. And finally, his last area to improve upon, the strikeouts. It was a problem for him all season and got worse once pitchers realized how much he would chase. In fact, in 2023, he ranked in just the 24th percentile in chase rate, which helped him to just the 3rd percentile in strikeout percentage. And when looking further into his swing decisions, we can see that he offered at 35.3% of pitches outside the zone, resulting in a 60.5% contact rate on those pitches. And as you would expect, putting balls in play that are outside the zone makes a lot of easy ground ball outs, such as this one against the Giants. These were the main areas Elly looked to do better in, and he set out to achieve these goals by working with Reds hitting coach Joel McKeithen, where the two focused on shortening his leg kick to allow his swing to be more consistent. Here's an example of that in action with a clip on the left from 2023 and on the right from this season. As you can see, on the left, his leg kick is very pronounced and can easily throw off his timing. The clip on the right, however, shows a leg kick that is far more subtle and allows him to stay more consistent with his swing. But now the question might be asked, if his big leg kick is gone, then his power must have also decreased. Well, to that, I show you this home run he hit in spring training that had an exit velocity of 111.7 miles per hour and went 470 feet. Now, I don't think he's missing too much, and to go along with his new leg kick also came a change in approach to now wait longer in the box before committing to a swing. And these two changes have helped him come out firing on all cylinders in 2024. For example, in chase percentage, he ranked in the 24th percentile in 2023, but this season he has improved by over 30%, finding himself in the 59th percentile. And his outside swing as well as outside contact percentage have also improved by a considerable margin. This has allowed him to swing at far more pitches in the heart of the zone, where he's been able to do more damage on them. In 2023, he had a slugging percentage of just .574 against pitches in the heart of the zone, but in 2023, he's doing far more damage with a slugging percentage at .773, which ranks top 15 in all of baseball. This has helped him become the only player in MLB with at least 35 runs scored, 20 RBIs, and 9 home runs hit. He also has the third highest OPS plus among qualified shortstops, only trailing Mookie Betts and Gunnar Henderson. But perhaps the most impressive, he is far and ahead the leader in stolen bases with 30 bags swiped in just 44 games, with a difference between him and second place the same as second place and 73rd place Jake Bauers. And if we average out his stolen bases for the rest of the year, he's on pace for 108 over 650 plate appearances. If he is able to keep going at this pace, he'll become the first player since Vince Coleman in 1987 to post triple digits for stolen bases. An incredible feat for just a 22-year-old, but this is where things get crazier. In terms of players to post at least 100 stolen bases in a single season, only one has reached double digits for home runs, that being Rickey Henderson, who barely eclipsed the mark at 10 in 1983. Elly, on the other hand, is flirting with 100 stolen bases while simultaneously smashing the baseball with 9 home runs so far this year, putting him on pace for a little over 30. And if he is able to finish the season around this same pace, he will become the first player in MLB history to join the 20 homer 100 stolen base club, as well as the 30 and 100 club. This would be unprecedented in the game of baseball, as players rarely have both. Of course, we did just see Ronald Acuna Jr. swipe 73 bags with 41 home runs, but typically either you steal 100 plus bases and hit maybe 10 homers shown by Rickey Henderson in 1983, or you hit 54 homers and steal 1 bag like David Ortiz in 2006. The point is, what he's doing so far this year in terms of on the bases and with the bat has been nothing short of insanity and something we've never seen in MLB history, and it's all stemming from his offseason adjustments. Remember when I mentioned he was looking to hit the ball to all parts of the field? Well, he's doing just that, increasing his percentage of hits to the opposite field from 11.4% to just shy of 20. He's also doing a great job from the right side of the batter's box with a .250 average and .730 OPS in 67 plate appearances. Nothing out of this world, but when comparing to last year, it's an improvement you can tell on a game-to-game basis. All in all, it has been an incredible second year for Elly, but there is one area he is still finding trouble in, and that is his strikeout percentage. At the beginning of the season, he made it a goal of his to put the ball in play more, but so far this year his strikeout percentage is still north of 30, albeit a slight improvement from last year. However, his figure ranks bottom 15 in all of baseball. Perhaps this is the last piece missing from his offensive game, and at just 22 years old, there is great reason to believe he can improve upon this aspect too. And when he does, who knows what records he'll be able to set in the next few years.